Lewis Hamilton's journey with Ferrari was never going to be ordinary, but no one could have predicted just how turbulent the start would be. After an impressive pole position and sprint win in China, his first major highlight in red, Hamilton's weekend took a shocking turn when he was disqualified from the main Grand Prix for excessive plank wear. That disqualification, already a major talking point, has now spiraled into something much bigger after Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur made an unexpected and passionate statement defending both Hamilton's performance and his reputation. This wasn't just about a penalty, it was about the wider criticism surrounding Hamilton, and Vasseur decided it was time to push back. What he revealed is raising eyebrows across the F1 world, and it sheds light on how seriously Ferrari is taking both the pressure and the perception of their newest superstar driver. So before we go any further, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us until the end, because this story goes far deeper than just a disqualification. The context is critical. Hamilton's move to Ferrari was one of the most anticipated transfers in recent Formula One history. A seven-time world champion joining the most iconic team in the sport was always going to come with weighty expectations. And while his start to the season hasn't been a disaster, it also hasn't silenced his critics. Critics who are now claiming that Hamilton may be past his prime. After finishing 8th in Australia and being disqualified from 6th place in China, some pundits and former drivers have returned to a familiar narrative: that Hamilton is worn out, that he's lost his edge, and that Ferrari made a mistake in hiring him at this stage of his career. But Vasseur has had enough of that rhetoric. In a recent interview, he passionately rejected the idea that Hamilton is past it, calling the comments not only inaccurate but rude. He pointed to Hamilton's final race with Mercedes in Abu Dhabi last year as a clear example. Despite starting from 16th on the grid, Hamilton fought his way through the field to finish 4th, overtaking his teammate George Russell in the closing laps. Vasseur argued that if a driver is truly finished, they don't produce that kind of performance. He also reminded critics that Hamilton had outscored Russell over the course of their 3-year partnership, a fact that is often glossed over in favor of more sensational narratives. To Vasseur, the suggestion that Hamilton has nothing left to give is not just disrespectful, it's completely disconnected from reality, and he didn't stop there. Vasseur also took aim at how the media and certain commentators have misrepresented Hamilton's early performances in the Ferrari. Yes, he acknowledged that the results haven't been flawless, but he also highlighted how close Hamilton has been to Leclerc in both qualifying and race pace. In China, Hamilton beat Leclerc to pole in the sprint and then won the sprint race itself, demonstrating that when the car and setup are working, the British driver is still more than capable of delivering. Vasseur's statement is also a warning to the rest of the paddock and the media. Underestimate Hamilton at your peril. The narrative that he's lost his edge because of his age is not only outdated, it's lazy. While it's true that no driver over 40 has won the world title since 1966, Vasseur reminded everyone that F1 is record, it's him for Hamilton himself. These past few weeks have likely been frustrating. A new team, a new environment, and already an avalanche of judgment and speculation. But as Vasseur's defense made clear, the people that matter still believe in him. And as we've seen time and time again, when Hamilton is doubted, that's usually when he's at his most dangerous. Let us know in the comments what you think about Fred Vasseur's fiery defense of Lewis Hamilton. Is this the kind of leadership Ferrari needs to stay unified under pressure? Or do you think it signals just how sensitive the team is becoming to criticism as expectations continue to rise? What's clear is that Vasseur isn't just protecting a driver, he's protecting a vision in which Hamilton, despite a rocky start, is still seen as a vital pillar of Ferrari's long-term project. And that says a lot about the team's internal dynamics and the faith they're placing in experience over narrative. This is also a fascinating moment in the broader F1 culture, one that raises questions about how we judge drivers in the twilight of their careers, how quickly we write off legends, and how much patience modern teams truly have in an era of 24/7 scrutiny. Hamilton's disqualification might have stolen the headlines, but what followed is a clear reminder that perception can often be more influential than results. The narrative of decline is easy to sell, but perhaps, as Vasseur suggests, it's completely disconnected from reality. The coming races will reveal whether this moment becomes a rallying cry or a footnote? Will Vasseur's backing empower Hamilton to silence the doubters? Will Ferrari take this criticism as fuel to tighten their operations, improve car performance, and prove they're serious contenders? Or will the pressure only mount, exposing further weaknesses in the team's structure and decision-making? These are the storylines that define a season, not just who wins on Sunday, but how a team evolves in the face of adversity and controversy. Hamilton's response, measured, focused, and quietly resilient, reflects a driver who's been through the storm before. He's weathered regulation changes, teammate battles, and political firestorms within the sport. And yet here he is, starting anew, with more eyes on him than ever. If he's going to prove the critics wrong and bring glory to Ferrari, it won't be through headlines or declarations. It will be through execution, precision, and consistency over the long haul. And for the fans, those of you watching closely every weekend, analyzing lap times, team radio, and every post-race interview, this is why you stay tuned. Not just for the race itself, but for the complex tapestry of personalities, ambitions, and challenges that make F1 the most dramatic motorsport on the planet. So if you've enjoyed this deep dive and want to follow every twist, every shock, and every unexpected redemption arc the 2025 season throws at us, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, because what's coming next could rewrite the entire trajectory of this championship.